As an Asian woman, you get used to being called a lot of things. Hey, soy sauce! A lot of offensive things. Hey, wasabi girl! A lot of unoriginal offensive things. Hey, sushi mama! I want to furikake your face. Just straight up condiments, now that I'm hearing all of this back to back.
So you think you can catcall?
Girl, your body is an exotic edible dish from insert the Asian country you hail from here, and I want to stick my chopsticks in that fluffy ass rice and consume you whole. It was original, okay? I will give you that. I've never heard that one before. Well, you know, I definitely appreciate the straightforwardness of the approach. We don't get that a lot. Yeah, I really like the idea that my ass is fluffy rice. I don't like you, you're a harasser, but I like the image evoked, right? Yeah, there's some solid diction choices in this catcall.
Ooh, 666, you've been bashed.
I've talked about this before, but as an Asian woman, obviously the number one thing you should know is that there are people out there who want to date you because of your race and regardless of your personality. The fetishization of your ethnicity with the expectation that you're submissive and the idea that you are a land to be conquered are unfortunate projected perspectives that come with all ideas. But these kinds of racist people usually reveal themselves sooner or later, and eventually you get pretty good at spotting them before they have a chance to get you emotionally attached. Next, Asian Americans are actually 3 times less likely to seek mental health services than Caucasians. Only 8.6% of Asian Americans seek any type of mental health service or resource compared to the 18% of the general population nationwide. And yet, we have the parental pressures of succeeding academically, a tradition heavily rooted in silence and shame, and the stresses of being from 2 different cultures and trying to develop a bicultural sense of self. When I was growing up in the South, I was not American enough for America, and then when I was in school in Japan, I wasn't Japanese enough to all of my peers. It's a hell of an identity crisis. And there's a lot of negative stigma against mental health in the Asian community. So you should know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with seeking help, whether it's therapy, medication for a mental disorder, or joining a support group. In fact, I urge you strongly to make it a priority to take care of your mental health in whatever ways benefit you the most. And finally, if you have a dream, pursue it. I've had so many friends who became biologists or lawyers at the behest of their parents, but they were so unhappy that they eventually had to quit. Or they went through college to please their parents, and then they finally started doing what they actually wanted to do after spending all of that money and losing all of that time. And look, I want to acknowledge family expectations and pressures in traditional Asian homes are different. The values of sacrifice, community, and obeying authority are upheld and enforced in a way that is just simply different from our non-Asian peers. But this is your life, not your parents'. And yes, your parents may have brought you into this world, but the world needs whatever it is that you're passionate about. Whatever you're happy doing, that's what the world needs you to be doing, because that's when you're gonna be your best self. And we need more happy people who love what they do, because that is when people do the best jobs. And ultimately, your parents will be happy if you're successful doing what you love. And look, I know this is very easy to say, so I want you to know it's gonna be hard. I mean, you'll feel like you're disappointing them for a very, very long time, maybe even a decade or more. But it is not disappointment. It's courage. It's bravery. And honestly, if you apply that sweet, sweet Asian work ethic to something you actually give a shit about, I mean, there's no chance of you failing. I'm Akana, and I want to say thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's episode. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. Squarespace allows for simultaneous posting, so you can auto-post your website content to Twitter, Facebook, or Tumblr. And if that's not enough, you can do email campaigns, which make it easy to unify your brand voice on your homepage and in those inboxes. I love data, so of course I love the built-in tools that allow me to look at insights that can help me better understand my audience, because, you know, I can't see you right now. You can go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Anna to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain with the offer code Anna. Squarespace.